Moving on to race number 3, and this kickstarts at the early treble at Happy Valley on a Wednesday evening. It is Class 4, 1650, and Gallant Crown is dropping in grade. He has won off a rating of 66. He has won this season, but it was right at the beginning of the season. Gang of Brothers been racing honestly. Win Fine has got the blinkers on for the first time, and then you've got Fearless Fire, who went a little quick in the first section last start. Sunny Delight is second up. Further down the order, you've got co-partner Era, who's been a little out of sorts. Gluck Racer and Bogos, who gets into the field with the tongue tie on. M Unicorn v Chevalier was keen last start. Blinkers off, hood going on. Pacifiers put back on as well with him. Michael D rides a Joyful Champion off a rating of 40. Is eligible for something easier than this. Nicky just went a bit quick last time out with Fearless Fire, 27.17 that opening section last start.
Yeah, and look, he's more than likely to go forward again, isn't he? There should be a decent bit of pace on here. I thought Gang of Brothers could certainly have a part to play in it as well. Isn't necessarily like lead full on, but he's always very close to the pace and should be right on the tail of Fearless Fire. Joyful Champion down at the bottom, he might be caught out a little bit wide from his gate. Gallant Crown has drawn barrier 2. I think Derek Lund can get him into a pretty nice spot. V Chevaliers and M Unicorn, a couple that will just sit in behind the pace, Paul.
Yeah, I think he will. Joyful Champion will just going to have to work a bit. Sunny Delight might have to go all the way to the back, and also co-partner Era, but there's going to be plenty of pace in the race.
There certainly should be. The first of the replays here is Gang of Brothers. He has been consistent. He's won 2 of his last 4. He's won 2 from 12 this season. 50% top 4 strike rate, Nick, and pretty much had every chance. Just couldn't get past Crusos, who dictated off the front.
Yeah, Sunny Delight coming through this race as well. And look, he's pretty honest, this guy. I can understand why Pierre has booked at Matthew Poon. Obviously, take a couple of pounds off, I think, is probably what's required now, because off a mark of 59, I don't think there's got a great deal of movement off that figure, Paul.
Yeah, he's honest, isn't he? That's the thing. Look, I put him in for a minor line because he always runs a race for you.
Certainly does. So here we go with Fearless Fire now. This was the race I mentioned before, Paul, that he just went a little quick in front. He's 1 off 52. He's about that mark at the moment. Very hard to leave him out the way he's going at the moment. Yeah,
I've included him. Again, just on a minor line. Look, he's an 8-year-old now. It's just how much racing the horse can take, but he seems to be taking everything that's been thrown at him.
He's got a wonderful record course and distance. He's coming up for his 82nd start here in Hong Kong. Look, he's very honest. He's as honest as the day is long, and will give you another good run for your money.
Certainly. Now, this horse here, Joyful Genius, only won the 1 race prior to last start. They put the blinkers on 2 starts ago on a rain-affected track, was beaten 4 lengths, but back on top of the ground, Nick really seemed to assist him. Yeah,
he enjoyed it, didn't he? Both his wins have come on officially good ground. He's had a couple of spins on a sort of a wet track, which haven't really been his cup of tea. And this place perhaps not ideally his cup of tea either. He's 0 from 8 at Happy Valley, but he has run some placings. He's got an extra £6 on his back, so I think that makes it tougher for him, Paul, but you can't really knock a horse that's won his last race.
No, he did win it nicely, but yeah, I prefer him at Sha Tin these days because, as you say, he likes to really stretch out late, and I don't know if Happy Valley totally suits him, but he has been placed a couple of times but hasn't won yet over the 8 starts.
Now, Bogos came from back in the field here in this race as well. Is Win Fighter. Blinkers go on him, and V Chevalier got a little fired up last time out up near the pace. Poor Michael D rides him, but you're keen on Bogos?
Yeah, look, this is his first time over 1650. The tongue tie will go on him. He's got a nice light racing weight, and look, he had to flick off heels, and once he got into the clear, I thought he finished off really nicely. I mean, they did finish in a bit of a bunch, but there's definitely improvement in this horse.
For sure, and he's run 3 back actually behind Top T, wasn't the worst either, so there's something there. He might be a bit of a slow burner, I think.
One more to look at, and this is M Unicorn. Nick, one you fancy here. Casper Found's Karis Teton was definitely a better showing last time. Eddie was in a good position. They were a lot more forward than they had been in his prior runs.
Yeah, and I think that might be sort of the making of him as well, because he was positive on him at Mickey D on this occasion, having drawn gate 6. He's beaten 2.5. Look, it was a fair run, I think, without getting too carried away. He's probably got to step up again once more, but he hit the line well, and he's got a good gate here. Karis rides, so look, I like him.
Yeah, he's drawn nicely in barrier 3, so he'll definitely get his opportunity.
Okay, a 6.1 favourite for this one, Paul, so far in the form of M Unicorn, but it looks wide open.
Yeah, it does. Look, I'm going to try and get some value here with Bogos. I thought the first start over the 1650 was very good. He'll get back, but there is a lot of pace in this race. currently an 8-1 chance. So he's on top. Look, Gallant Crown, he's been out of form, but he's been in higher grades. He got into Class 4 last season. He won 3 in a row. So he is more than capable in this grade and has one off a 66 rating. His track work seemed to have picked up this week as well. Gang of Brothers is honest and Fearless 5 from the front. 9-1-2-4.
Yeah, one down the foot of the weights for me is M Unicorn. As mentioned already, I think he's not without some sort of chance here, having run well last time when more prominently ridden. Fearless Fire goes in for second. Very honest horse, will give his running. I thought V Chevalier is not without some sort of chance at 14-1. Still a very handily and well handicapped horse, but he has got to go and prove it once again, however. And I've put the top one, Gallant Crown, in for fourth. Down in grade, has a very good course and distance record. Stable, did have a winner recently as well. 10-4, 11-1.
And race number 3, the first leg of the early treble, kicks off at 7:45.